welcome to Myanmar Today. I'm Melody with the latest news and reports from around Myanmar. Here are the reports from our reporters. Willison got the story on importance of industrial relation at workplace. Dora Suizin has the report on Food for Life Foundation by ISKCON. David Tanner got the story on the 46th voyage of SEEAYP Myanmar Debriefing ceremony. Yeah, and I got all the details on the Liberty Remembrance Anyeint contents. Before we get to the reports, let's check on some local news. President U Minh welcomed Prime Minister Nguyen Quoc Phuc of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam, who is making an official visit in Myanmar at the invitation of Myanmar President and First Lady at the Presidential Palace in Naypyidaw on Tuesday. They also held a meeting at the Credentials Hall on the topics about enhancement of bilateral friendship and ties between the two countries, bilateral cooperation in regional and international arenas for the interests of the two countries, exchange visits of high-level delegation, visits to mark the 45th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic ties, improvement of trade and investments, promotion of tourism sector, multi-sector cooperation and partnership relations. State Councillor Daw Aung San Suu Kyi received Prime Minister Nguyen Quoc Phuc of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam at the Credentials Hall of the Presidential Palace in Naypyidaw on Tuesday. After the call, the State Councillor and Vietnamese Prime Minister attended a senior-level meeting of the two countries. The meeting focused on bilateral cooperation in economy, trade, investments, banking, agriculture, electricity and energy, forestry and natural resources, construction, technologies, cultural exchange, support of Myanmar to Vietnam as rotating chair of ASEAN in 2020, ASEAN affairs, close cooperation with international organizations, including the United Nations and the 45th anniversary celebration of Myanmar-Vietnam diplomatic relations. After the meeting, the State Councillor and the Vietnamese Prime Minister attended a signing ceremony of MOUs for agriculture and rural development and implementation of work plan for partnership relations. According to the Mandalay City Development Committee, the Mandalay Mayor's Mini Marathon 2020 will be held on 4th January in Mandalay to mark Myanmar's 72nd Independence Day. The Mini Marathon will be organized with the aim of promoting physical fitness among Malaysians. Prizes will be presented to the outstanding athletes in the 13-mile marathon. The winner will be awarded 6 million jets, while the second-place winner will get 4 million jets. And the third-place winner will be given 3 million jets in both men's and women's open and amateur events. According to the MCDC, application forms would be available for 300 jets till the 31st of December between 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. at the Township Municipal Administration Office, Garden and Sports Ground Department, Sports and Physical Education Department, and MCDC Office. Foreigners would be allowed to participate only in the open events. That's all with the local news, and now we're moving on to our first report of the day. Industrial relations are the field of study which analyzes the relationship among the management and the employees of an organization at the workplace, and it also provides a mechanism to settle down the various industrial disputes. Though it plays an essential role between the employer and the employee for the harmonious work collaboration, it is also one of the most neglected ones, causing disputes among the two parties. With the aim to educate the employer and employee, the seminar on this issue was held on Tuesday, December 17th in Laing Dayar Township. Willison will tell us the report.
The industrial relations, or IR, encompasses the relation between the management and workmen and the role of a regulatory body to resolve any industrial dispute. As the name implies, industrial relations comprises of two words, industry and relations, where the industry covers the production activity in which a group of workmen is engaged in, while the relations show the relationship between the management and the workers within the industry. IR plays a significant role in today's working scenario where harmonious relation between the employers and employee is needed to have uninterrupted production. As a developing nation in different sectors, IR has become one of the most important subjects, but mostly neglected one in Myanmar. Lack of awareness program between the employers and the employees is one of the main factors for the disputes among the workers and employers. Therefore, with the aim to educate both the employers and the employees, constructive industrial relations and job security seminar was held on 17th of December at City of Industry Line Thaya Management Office. According to the report at the seminar, Myanmar has been under rapid growth since 2012 till today, and due to trade tension between China and US, there are several enterprises which left China and shifted to Myanmar, and there are many more to come. Therefore, industrial relations will play more important role in the near future. Speaking to the media on why industrial relations is important, U Myo Myin, General Secretary of Myanmar Construction Entrepreneurs Federation said,
"လုပ်သမားတွေလည်းကျွမ်းကျင်မှုမြင့်တက်မယ်။နောက်တစ်ခါဒီလုပ်ငန်းခွင်ဘေးရန်တွေကင်းရှင်းမဲ့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျွန်တော်တို့ထုတ်ကုန်တွေတိုးတက်
For our federation, we have OSH, Occupational Safety and Health, where we are vulnerable to the safety issue at work. We are also empowering the workers in their skills, and if we have skilled workers and safety at workplace, then it will definitely increase the productivity of a company and reduce disputes between the employers and employees. And when we say employers and employees, it is not just about those of textiles companies, but every sector where we have both employers and employees. However, some of the main challenges in this process of spreading industrial relations program, we find that some of the small companies barely afford the cost to collaborate with us in PPE, personal protection equipment. Another challenge we have is there is no proper rules in calling for a tender for any project in terms of safety issue, such as how many percentages of the budget should be used for a safety issue. The other challenge is it is hard to make the workers equip themselves with PPE while working, assuming that these are extra workloads.
Recently, the abuse of labor rights which happened to a university student was resulted due to lack of industrial relations between the employers and employees, according to Oting Gogonai, Deputy Director General for the Department of Labor Relations. But speaking on how will the government solve such issue, he said,
Regarding
the case of a university student as a tiger raft labor, our department has not received the report, but we are collaborating with the local authority in inspecting the case along with Human Rights Commission. But if we receive the report, we will effectively solve this issue according to the legal rules. What happened to Tiger Reef case is about forced labor, and this case can be also said as a human trafficking. But for this kind of case, human trafficking law is very much effective in solving the problem. But policymakers are yet to decide under which law this Tiger Raft case will be investigated.
That's the report on importance of industrial relation at workplace. We'll move on to weather forecast for today. In Yangon, we can expect a sunny morning. There will be clear and cool weather late at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the mid-30s with a sharp drop to 18 degrees Celsius at night and wind gust at 11 kilometers per hour. In Naypyidaw, we can expect plenty of sunshine throughout the day, ending with a clear night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the mid-30s and it will drop to low as 13 degrees Celsius at night and the wind gusts at 6 kilometers per hour. In Mandalay, it will be mostly sunny during the day. Temperatures throughout the day will be in the mid-30s and it will drop as low as 14 degrees Celsius at night with average wind gusts at 9 kilometers per hour. Before we move on to stocks and currency exchange rates, let's take a look at the second report. International Society for Krishna Consciousness hosted the event called welcoming 2020 with love to introduce their Food for Life Foundation to provide vegetarian lunch to the students in need. The event took place on the 15th of December at Pan Pacific Hotel in Yangon.
International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, a Hindu religious organization, has introduced the Food for Life Foundation in Myanmar, which is to provide the meal at the schools in need. The foundation was introduced at the event entitled Welcoming 2020 with Love, which was held on 15 December at Pan Pacific Hotel, Yangon. His Excellency Dura Uangko, Union Minister for Religious Affairs and Culture, His Excellency Mr. Sora Kumar, Ambassador of the Republic of India to Myanmar, members of ISKCON, Hindus, other religions, and invited guests attended the ceremony. ISKCON, which is also known as Hare Krishna Movement, was founded by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada in 1966. It has widely expanded to 500 major centers, temples, and rural communities, thousands of local meeting groups, and millions of members in 84 countries worldwide.
အခုကတော့မြန်မာပြည်မှာ1993ကစတင်ခဲ့ပြီးတော့ဒီနှစ်2020မှာတော့ဒီ
Our Food for Life Foundation has started in Myanmar in 1993. We have been donating vegetarian meal to the poor. In the coming up year 2020, we are to provide the lunch at primary schools. As the initial project, we are to start our foundation at Bombian Monastery School in Danlian. There are over 400 primary students. Initiatively, we are only to start this foundation at only one school, but the foundation will be providing the vegetarian lunch every school day for the whole academic year. The children should eat healthy food to be smart in the future. Moreover, as our organization has only the vegetarians, we want to promote that eating vegetarians can make you healthy.
We appreciate the efforts of ISKCON for the Food for Life Foundation to provide the healthy lunch at the poor schools. In Myanmar, there's diversity in religions, and our government is always supporting the religious activities.
I reflect back at the initiative taken by my government in India in this regard. We made some tentative steps in the 90s in this regard. The idea was to provide food which provides the children who are growing up nourishment. It started with preschool, developed to class 8. Today, under the scheme, Government of India is providing around over 100 million students who are studying in Indian schools midday meal. It not only serves the purpose of providing healthy food to children who come to school, but it also, to a certain extent, took care of the problem which in India we were facing, which was that students, after being enrolled in the school, were dropping out.
In India, ISKCON is feeding 1.2 million children. For the initial project at Bombian Monastery School, they have estimated budget of 60 to 70 lakhs in a month.
This Food for Life movement by Sri Prabhupada ji and all, it's a wonderful scheme for people, and this is not only for man or human beings but also for animals. So this Hare Krishna movement takes care of food for life for human being as well as for animals. So many activities are there, and it's a lovely program.
At the present, the foundation is done with the fund of ISKCON members, and they are also welcoming outside support. The foundation is expected to be extended into more schools with students in need. That's all for now. This is Dora Susan from MI Radio.
That's the report on Food for Life Foundation by ISKCON. Alright, let's now check on the currency rates from Myanmar's central bank. $1 is at 1,506 jets. 1 Chinese RMB is at 215 jets. 1 euro is at 1,676 jets. 1 pound sterling is at 1,984 jets. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,110 jets. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 363 jets. 1 Thai baht is at 50 jets, and the Indian rupee is at 21 jets. Gold is trading at $1,475. Silver is at $17, and Brent crude oil is at $60. And now on the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is at 11,000. MTSH is at 3,800. MCB is at 8,200. FPP is at 23,500. TMH is at 2,900. This is MI Radio's Myanmar Today. You can log on to our website at miradio.com.mm and catch other great programs live on the website. We're also running on 96.0 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Or simply download our app so you can listen to our radio programs on the go. Let's move on to the third report. On 17 December Tuesday, the post-program debriefing ceremony for 46th Voyage of SEEAYP was held at Lotte Hotel in Yangon. Our reporter David Tanner got the details of it.
The Ship for Southeast Asia and Japanese Youth Program, SEEAYP, is an annual youth exchange program organized by the Cabinet Office of Japan and governments of Southeast Asian countries for the purpose of promoting friendship and mutual understanding among the youths of 11 Southeast Asian countries in Japan, as well as to broaden their perspective on the world, and furthermore to strengthen their spirit of international cooperation. Since its inception in 1974, the program has organized 46 international voyages attended by youth delegations sent by governments of respective members. On the 46th voyage of SEEAYP, the ship Nippon Maru traveled and landed in Japan and 4 of ASEAN countries, which are Vietnam, Singapore, Malaysia, and surprisingly include Myanmar this time. About 28 youths from 10 of ASEAN countries in Japan were participated in the voyage. Go Pyo-min-tu, assistant youth leader of 46 SEEAYP Myanmar Youth Group, told MI Radio about the detail of the program during the post-program debriefing event, which was held at Lotte Hotel Yangon on 17 December.
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီနှစ်မှာဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့ခရီးစဉ်စတင်တာအောက်တိုဘာ23ရက်နေ့မှာကျွန်တော်တို့စတင်တယ်23ရက်နေ့မှာ
This year of SEEAYP, SEEAYP had started around October 23rd. We traveled to Japan first and had to join the 11 days country program in Japan with homestay experience and cultural exchange. In that 11-day program, we have visited the Japan's famous cooperation and study how the management system and work culture is in Japan. From there, we traveled with the ship Nippon Maru to Vietnam's Ho Chi Minh City and had to involve in the 3-day program and homestay cultural exchange and discussion in Ho Chi Minh. After that, we strived to Singapore, Myanmar's Yangon, and Malaysia's Kuala Lumpur with the same format in each of the countries.
သူစပောင်ခရီးစဉ်ကြာမြင့်ချိန်ကတော့51ရက်ကြာပါတယ်ခင်ဗျ51ရက်အတွင်းမှာကျွန်တော်တို့ဂျပန်နိုင်ငံပါဝင်အာဆီယံ4နိုင်ငံကိုကျွန်တော်တို့လေ့လာရေးနဲ့ cultural exchange အနေနဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့သွားရောက်ခဲ့တာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျ
Go Pyo-min-tu also added on for what will be the purpose of SEEAYP program.
ဒီ SEEAYP program ရဲ့ဒီရည်မှန်းချက်ကသူကဒီအာဆီယံနဲ့ဂျပန်နိုင်ငံ
The SEEAYP program brings together more than 300 youths from ASEAN countries and Japan, providing them with the unique opportunity to live together on board Nippon Maru for over 40 days. The purpose of SEEAYP is to promote friendship and mutual understanding among the youth of the 10 Southeast Asian countries and Japan, to broaden their perspective to the world, and furthermore, to strengthen their spirit of international cooperation and practical skills for international collaboration.
ဒီတခြားနိုင်ငံတွေနဲ့အတူတူ discuss လုပ်တာတွေအတူတူပူးပေါင်းဆောင်ရွက်မှုတွေမှာကျွန်တော်တို့တက်တက်ကြွကြွပါဝင်ဆောင်ရွက်ရတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ခင်ဗျာ
Anyeint Lin, national leader for 46 SEEAYP, also explained for how the participants of SEEAYP were selected in Myanmar.
ဒီကတော့ဒီကလေးတွေအားလုံးပေါ့နော်အတူတူကဒီမှာ activity တွေရှိရပေါ့နော်
The program's participants has been selected by Higher Education Department annually. Around June or July, every university under the Department of Higher Education are informed and given application forms for the students to apply for the program. From there, students can apply for the program but will have to answer the university level exam and interview in each of the respective university that they are in. Mostly the interview and the examination is about English and general knowledge concerning the topic of ISKCON. After the university level entrance exam for SEEAYP, 3 students are selected from there, and after that, there will be a country level examination and interview as well. In this way, 14 male and 14 female students from each of the variety of areas are selected to represent as SEEAYP Myanmar.
I have also asked Anyeint Lin for what kind of responsibility does she have to take as a national leader for 46 SEEAYP.
Basically, I had to prepare beforehand to manage for every SEEAYP Myanmar participant to participate in all the programs, discussions, seminars, and presentation. As the topics have been divided, I also had to manage which participants should be involved in which topics. Most importantly, we had a pre-program training, which was taking place in Yangon University campus, and I had to lead and facilitate the students there.
Reporter David Tanner reporting from Myanmar International Radio.
That's the report on the 46th voyage of SEEAYP Myanmar Debriefing Ceremony. And now let's take a look at the last report we have for you today. With the good intention of handing Myanmar dramatic arts down to new generation youth, Liberty Remembrance Anyeint contest was held on a grand scale at Therapy Hall of the Department of Dramatic Arts of the National University of Arts and Culture, Yangon, on the 16th of December. A total of 11 Anyeint troupes, including Myadaze Anyeint, Shri Womo Anyeint, and Thompwe Dakai troupe, competed in the Liberty Remembrance Anyeint contest. Each Anyeint troupe must be comprised of a female performer and 2 comedians. Female performers and comedians from respective Anyeint troupes were the students who are currently learning at the National University of Arts and Culture. Yen9 reports.
With the good intention of handing Myanmar dramatic arts down to new generation youths, Liberty Remembrance Anyeint non-dramatic performance contest was held on a grand scale at Therapy Hall of the Department of Dramatic Arts of the National University of Arts and Culture, Yangon, on 16 December. A total of 11 Anyeint troupes, including Myadaze Anyeint troupe, Shri Womo Anyeint troupe, and Thompwe Dakai troupe, competed in the Liberty Remembrance Anyeint contest. Each Anyeint troupe must be comprised of a female performer and 2 comedians. Female performers and comedians from respective Anyeint troupes were the students who are currently learning at the National University of Arts and Culture. Kaintor, professor and head of Department of Dramatic Arts of the National University of Arts and Culture, said,
The first aim of organizing the contest is that the students attending the university should preserve traditions and cultures and promote the role of Myanmar Anyeint and dramatic arts standing firmly in our artistic arena. Anyeint and dramatic arts have developed in the stream of arts standing as a culture of Myanmar, and it is a strong proof of Myanmar traditional culture. Another aim is that next generation youth should cultivate the spirit of standing Myanmar traditional and cultural heritages down. With the good intention of handing Myanmar dramatic arts down to the new generation youths, the Department of Dramatic Arts of the National University of Arts and Culture, Yangon, is delivering lectures on Anyeint and dramatic arts to the students as a course subject. The contest is aimed at helping the students apply their subjects learned during the course at the contest, and it is just an opportunity the students should take.
Manono Tonlun, a female Anyeint performer of Jazz and Kai Anyeint trope, said.
The singing and dancing styles of ancient eminent Anyeint dancer are different from those of current era. We studied the differences and we found them difficult, but we practiced the styles of dancing and singing. Nowadays, most of the youths lack interest in dramatic dance, one type of Myanmar artistic dances.
The competitors were allowed to compete in Liberty Remembrance Anyeint contests with the Anyeint songs of Liberty Mamyayin, the most celebrated Anyeint dancer in the olden time of the pre-World War II. In addition to the songs of Liberty Mamyayin, the participants were able to compete with those of other renowned Anyeint dancers in the contemporaries. Comedian Sima, member of Board of Judges of Liberty Remembrance Anyeint contest, said.
Tone of voice play a crucial role in dramatic acts. It is particularly first priority, and dancing is second priority. That priority is arrangement that include creation and performances. What is more, I want to study traditional principle and literature. Just being good at dancing is not enough to master dramatic acts. What I would like to suggest the students who are going to graduate in dramatic arts is not to forget this principle and framework. While they are on stage of dramatic stage in the future, and then to preserve traditional cultures. It is the most important conviction, and it is our motto as well.
That's the report on the Liberty Remembrance Anyeint contest. That's all the reports we have for you today. Now we're going to look into some international news here on Myanmar Today. A Pakistani court has sentenced former military ruler Pervez Musharraf to death for treason over his 2007 imposition of emergency rule. Such a verdict is a first in a country with a history of army rule. The military reacted angrily, saying legal process, quote-unquote, seems to have been ignored. The general seized power in a 1999 coup and was president from 2001 to 2008. The penalty is unlikely to be carried out. General Musharraf was allowed to leave Pakistan in 2016 and is in Dubai. The high treason charge has been pending since 2013. It relates to General Musharraf's suspension of the constitution in 2007, when he declared an emergency in a move intended to extend his tenure. The 76-year-old say he is receiving medical treatment in Dubai. He issued a video statement from a hospital bed earlier this month, describing the case against him as baseless. 3 judges at the special court in Islamabad found him guilty by 2-1. Shen Haizhong, president of China Media Group, in a recent interview with ISKCON, an Italian television channel, said certain Western media coverage of the unrest in Hong Kong has been largely biased, as they selectively ignore the violent actions of protesters. Shen said some media organizations released a few clips allegedly showing the police attacking the protesters, while in fact the police were just defending themselves from protesters who were attacking both them and other innocent residents. Let's take a look at the interview.
The current situation in Hong Kong has been caused by a disparity between the rich and the poor. Young generations' development are limited. Many fields are monopolized by the rich. It is the reflection of capitalist system. This is also the reason why the nearby city Shenzhen is developing rapidly, and its GDP already exceeds Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a negative example. People in mainland should cherish our system, our economic environment. The central government still believes in the SAR government, believes in Carrie Lam, the police force, and the judicial system in the SAR. After months of riots, I think it's time for Hong Kong residents to think calmly now.
You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. Thanks for joining me. I'm Melody. Have a good day.